Good morning, good morning. So I'm just out in the garden. I have some stuff to add to my mulch pile over here that's really gonna transition into my compost. Um, Actually, I want to show y'all the garden real quick. Couple of updates. We had a little bit of rain today, this morning, so grateful for that. That means I don't have to water today. Actually, I still do, because really it wasn't that much, really, but I still want to show y'all. Okay, so you see that we have, oh, not so much over here. I actually think I want to do a barrier for this. I think they call this epazote that's growing. Um, I don't want it to creep in. I've been keeping up with the weeds, but this is that time where they about to take off, so I want to get on that. But we have some things coming up, like different tomatoes. I have tomatoes on one side, peppers on the other. The plan is to have bamboo pole, not bamboo, but some poles that I put in place. So we got some really good growth happening. Some nasturtiums coming up there. Like I said, it's tomatoes on this side, peppers on this side. So my peppers are slowly coming up. I also have a couple of like mustard greens and things that I threw down just as a cover crop. So I'm gonna have to put some of my labels back in place. But we definitely have some growth happening. Over here, more greens coming up. I think it's either kale. I think these are mustards. They might be kale. I don't remember. But I have a couple of onions popping up. I know it's late to have been planting onions, but we'll see what they do. They're going to do what they do. My sage is really picking up. I did some cuts on it recently at my thyme plant, and they are doing their thing. That's a sunflower. We got some leeks that's popping up. I got some corn seeds that I put down. Along with some squash and some beans. I think I also threw down a couple of other things, like some, I don't think it was mint. It might have been basil. I'm not sure. We'll see when they come up. I ain't too worried about it. So yeah, you'll see we have some squash. I'm kind of doing like a little bit of a permaculture situation here. I have the poles there to kind of mark where I put seeds. So these look like, I think these are tomatoes that I have coming up, which they're doing very well, consider I put them in the ground. Not saying that they shouldn't. I expect them to do well, but it is pleasant to see my in-ground planting doing well. We're going to see what come up over here. I'm trying to remember if I have any seeds down, but I think I actually put some other stuff down, so we'll see. But yeah, just like little things are popping up. I'm letting over here be a surprise. I just kind of randomly threw some seeds down in some places. So we gonna see what decides to grow and do their thing. Like I said, we had a couple of things coming up. My snow peas are coming up really well. As you can see, some like my little garden snacks. This in particular, I put a few seeds down over here as opposed to over here. So again, also I have some greens that's coming up. Let me see if I can show. There we go. I don't know if it's kale or collards, or I think that's a collard, but I'm just gonna let them do what they do and see how they thrive. Again, more greens. This has cucumber, dill seeds. I have some chive in there. I'm pretty sure I have some cabbage seeds in here. Waiting to see if my eggplant seeds do anything. I put more seeds down. I know really it's that eggplant needs to be, like I said, warm, and I'm being impatient, but yeah, but I think that's one of my sunflowers that's growing right there. Pretty sure it is, actually. Like I said, I did direct sow everything this season. I wanted to try that. I did start last year. I started my own plants last year. But I just found I don't know, I just wanted to do something different and see what I prefer. And so far, I don't really have an answer. I think once like we get to June, I can really say like, do I care enough? Like, not that I don't care, but I think starting your plants indoors gives you a head start, but it's also not a guarantee. I think really what it is, y'all, when I put my peppers and tomato starts out last year, I was sad. I lost all of those plants I started, and that just really had me like bump that I'm putting seeds in the ground and letting Mother Nature handle the rest. So far, again, like I said, well, this one had, I think I already showed y'all that one. This has some peppers, some other, I think eggplant. This is like a little bit of a hodgepodge of things, if I'm not mistaken. I think mostly peppers though. Like I put some shishito, I remember. Looks like cayenne pepper, amongst other things. We're just seeing little bits of evidence of life, like, you know, like here, looks like something was munching. I have a lot of roly-polies right now. There's worms, but because I added another layer to these beds, it's going to take some time for them to come through. And so right now the roly-polies have the advantage, but they're still doing what they do. So like I said, I really think I'll see a lot more in the coming weeks. So yeah, so looks like that might be a little something there coming up right there. And looks like something, I think that's probably a carrot plant, because I did put some seeds down a while back. So again, I also need to water. I have been very lazy because I don't have a water source in my backyard. I have to carry buckets. So I'm getting to that point of like, all right, it is what it is. I gotta do what I gotta do, period. So yeah, so as you can see, again, these are the tomatoes and peppers. And this, I have a little area where my dog, and these are sunflowers and stuff too, and different flowers. That was a lemon tree. Lesson learned from last year. But I put other stuff in there, so I'm gonna let that be just like a pot of really pretty flowers. Herbs are doing their thing, as you can see. And my dog dug some holes over here. I just put a couple of seeds down. I have like peppermint. I know they say don't put peppermint down, but I don't mind it. Like as you can see, it's a lot of weeds. I am still just figuring out like what my plan is with my yard, because I'm not necessarily one of those, I need grass, but I also need to cut this stuff. So, but yeah, these are just some watermelon plants that I had dropped some seeds on. Prayerfully, they survived my doggy. Also that peach tree that I had to cut the pot from around the taproot. It's doing okay. So it dropped a lot of leaves, as one would suspect. Right now, I'm going to probably do like a compost tea and just do a deep soak again. Just so that it has that extra nutrition to recover. Yeah. So we gonna do what it do. All right, what we got over here? I had a couple of corn plants over there. Hey, Minnie. Not too crazy. Hey, Bookie Boo. Where my big baby? Look, they got my big baby. Living his life. These are my moringas. They are coming along. As one can see, I'm going to be separating them soon. All of the seeds that my mom gave me came through. So that is exciting. I will be sharing these plants. I know someone had asked me about buying some of the seeds. I didn't want to say I didn't want to sell them. You know, I feel like this community has given a lot to me as far as information, confidence, perspective. So, as it stands right now, not saying I wouldn't in the future, if I'm going to give seeds, if people are going to get seeds from me, it's probably going to be free. I think that, I don't know. That's just me. So I may actually reach out to that person and see if they're interested in one of these pots. So it's, like I said, it's 2 plants. I'll just separate it for them. My intention is to keep 2, maybe 1 or 2, and keep them in the house. But yeah, they're very healthy. All I did was put in some soil that I mixed together. It was like, I think it was mostly potting soil, maybe some, maybe mixed with some compost, I think. And some perlite just to give it good drainage. My mom has a tree outside, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Like, it has this beautiful white, it has like a white trunk, and it's thriving. And I'm talking about, it puts off some seeds, okay? So my plan is to try to, and I think I told y'all before, my grandmother kept a palm tree while we were in New York for most of my life, like while, you know, when she was living up there. So if my grandmother could keep a palm tree alive in New York in her apartment, and it reached the ceiling, like not just reach the ceiling, but like curve a little bit, I can keep a moringa tree alive inside. So we gonna do what it do with that. Here we just have some lemon basil. I put a bunch of seeds in the pot. I'm gonna, once they start growing up some more, and that's this one right here, I'm going to separate those out and share with my homeboy so that he can have some, because I told him I'd give him some. And then the catnip, this is catnip. I'm going to separate that out into plants. I want it to grow to where it self-seeds. So I want it to like flower and seed and all that, because I have a cat and I think he'll absolutely love that. So I'm probably going to put some in the ground so I could just pick it and give that to him. Also, catnip is good for you. Like, a lot of people don't know that. So yeah, and then these are just a couple of seeds I had bought. So like, what is it? Lilacs, Johnny jump ups. It's a couple of other, what else? That lemongrass, comfrey. I'm getting those going so that I could just separate them. Really, I didn't need to put them in a cup, but I wanted to. I wanted to just get them started, get them established, and then transplant them out throughout my yard. Because that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking what I'm trying to do. I would like to eliminate some of this crabgrass, but I'm from Georgia. But I'm thinking about just doing like spots where it's just like in-ground flower beds. And I have this leftover wood from this, leftover lumber, wood, whatever, from when I had my stairs redone. So I'm thinking about, oh gosh, no. No. There we go. Like I was saying, I'm thinking about constructing just some like mini raised garden beds throughout, because outside of making sure that my dogs have, you know, room to run around and do their business, I don't really care about grass. Like, for real. I don't want it to look like I don't want to like wood chip the whole thing, but I don't care about grass. The bird seems to agree. Hey, Kyle. Hey, Kylie. A little wiggle butt. Hey, honey. What you doing? You so handsome. Come here. Say hi. Yeah. Oh, that good boy. Yeah. He keeps the birds in check. A lot of people don't know that pits are terriers, and they are bird dogs. And she is actually quite the bird dog, the little one. Minnie, come here. Come let the good people see how cute you guys are. Yeah. The bestest friends. Hey. So yeah. So they do a pretty good job of manning the garden, so to speak. Like, I saw a rabbit in the front. Y'all, look, and she about to fuss at them too. Y'all was about to see who really run the show. Here you go. Look at him. Yeah, I see you. Anyway, so I'm just rambling. They're good dogs. So I have a whole ecosystem. The trees are doing well. I still need to mulch them. I'm waiting for us to get like a deep rain. I'm hoping that it's going to rain again today. So if you can see, it's quite gray out. It's not like heavy clouds, but I really, really hope for like a heavy rain so that it makes mulching, and not that it makes it easier, but it'll be already, oh, I'm sorry, Minnie. It'll be already damp, and my mulch over there would be wet as well, and so I won't have to worry about it. Now, I am mulching, but I am also going to be putting comfrey around the trees. So I'm saying that, and that plan might change as I say that. I'm waiting for this comfrey to sprout and to get to a good size, and then I'm going to transplant them so that I create microclimates around my trees. Or not just microclimates, some people call them garden, like a garden family. Ew, my dog is taking a dump. So I forgot, I think they call them like I think they call them families, like tree families or I don't remember, but basically you're planting different things around the tree. So for example, I can put my comfrey in lilacs, they'll self-seed, and I can use the comfrey to help to compost in place. Sorry, y'all, I had a message come through. So I can do that, so it'll compost in place. And also the lilacs will also attract pollinators, so that when these three trees, so you can hardly see them, let me get closer, so that basically it'll attract pollinators, and when these trees start putting on flowers, pollinators will come to handle that for me. So they'll have food and all that, and then if I get let's be real, I'm probably gonna get a beehive. So what I'm thinking about doing, I know I originally said I wanted to get the yard graded, and I still do, but what I'm thinking, let me try to navigate the dog drops. Okay, make sure I don't step on anything. I'm thinking over here, once I get this graded, so filled, hopefully, and then I'm getting a new fence. So once that happens and this is leveled off, then I was thinking about putting a beehive like maybe around here. That way it's shaded, it's very woody. You see, it's like you're about to step into someone's second garden. I love it over here for some reason. I love the way it looks and feels. It's shaded, comfortable. It won't be too hot. They'll be able to be over here minding their business for the most part, because I do have the dogs, and I'm going to work on them and make sure that they do what they got to do. Y'all ignore that whole, this fence is old, and the dogs, you know how I had to Jimmy rig it. You know, it's like that. You know how people feel like they got to explain themselves? I know I don't have to, but it's like I saw it and I was like, it is what it is. But yeah, so I was thinking about, transforming this area into where either I have the bees, or when I get it when I get it all leveled off, and I was going to probably put like a little, I don't know, I probably won't do like no slab or anything. It's probably just going to be straw, because I'll do maybe a chicken coop. If I don't do the chicken coop here, it may just be I do it on the other side of my fence over here, and I'll show y'all what I mean. So, oops. I could cut these bushes, even though they do attract bees. So these are azaleas, mostly carpenter bees, but I have seen some little honeybees around. We actually have a beekeeper that lives a couple of miles up the road, probably like 5 to 6 miles away, I'd say. And I know that there's other beekeepers in the community. So I'm thinking about it. So I'm like, either I could maybe not chop them down, but chop them back and have the beehive, now that I'm thinking about it, have the beehive like just right here. That way there's shade, there's access to pollinating flowers. I could put other flowers. It's a little more shaded over here, but I could do some flowers that are that don't require as much full direct sunlight, maybe, because these bloom just fine. As you can see, it's the blooms are dying off and it's preparing for the next. Either that, or I don't think I want to do it over there, because my neighbors live right here, and there's no one there in the house right now. But if someone moves in, I gotta think about the fact they might have kids. And I mean, I know that bees aren't a big of a deal. Like, not that here is so different than here, but at least it's behind my fence. And then I'm going to have a private fence. So this fence is going to be turned into a private fence as well. So yeah, I think now that I'm thinking about it, the beehive would be better along here, the back there somewhere. And then maybe this will just be like my chicken coop area. I think that makes more sense. Managing chickens over here, and I only want like 2 or 3. I don't want nothing too crazy, you feel me? I'm trying to think. I could even use this space under the stairs for a chicken coop, now that I'm thinking about it. Because I'm just thinking about the fact that I'm still going to want to entertain. I don't have a problem with the chicken coop being out, because my chickens are going to be pets. But, yeah. And also another reason that I'm not sure yet is because the position that I'm starting, amen, hallelujah, holla got a new position. It's going to require travel at times, and I need for someone to be able to do the things. Maybe I'll have a man by then. And he won't have to worry about the bees, but it'll be like, hey, them chickens, though, you got to make sure they have water and food. But we'll see. Or I could just use one of those pet care services. You know how they have like the pet babysitters? And just be like, hey, I just need somebody to come by and feed my chickens. And that just be it. So, while my dog's at my daddy's house and stuff. So, that's pretty much it, y'all. I'm just rambling. But these are things I'm considering. So, yeah, I'm figuring out what I want to do landscaping wise. That's really what it is. The garden is going to grow. It's going to take its time. It's going to, whether it be things grow fast or grow slow, it's going to grow. Okay, bars. But really it's the additional things that I want to do, because I do have a lot of space to work with. Right now I don't need to use all of it. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to maximize it and still let it be a enjoyable space. Sometimes during the summers, I come out here with a blanket and I like to just sit. I have chairs, but sometimes I like to sit on the grass and listen to music or just have some quiet time with God. So I'm just considering the fact that there's some other things that I want to do. So yeah, but that's my garden. That's my update. Watermelon Wars, period, is going down. And I hope y'all have a blessed week. Keep growing.